So, just so you guys know, okay? Just so you know, I like to keep you up to date, to what I carry around. That way, you know that I'm not just a collector, but I actually carry the fucking shit around, All right. So this is what I carry today, and I also bought this new one right here. All right, I've showed you all these. I showed you this the other night, and now this. This one here is got a plastic sheath, which is a preference for me. I don't mind leather sheaths, but plastic are cool because they're reliable. This one here is a little bigger than this one, and it has similar serration effect, kind of modeled after the same kind of knife, but this one has a curved handle, which I like. This one doesn't. It has a straight handle, more of a Rambo knife. And I like that, it has a good grip. And of course, always wear your gloves. Always wear your gloves. As I say, I am a collector and I follow the rules and the regulations. Don't do what I do if you're a felon or a parolee. Even if you have a criminal record, it's probably not a good idea that you carry knives like I do. Because cops are, if they decide to get your information and see that you're convicted for some kind of assault or something, I think that plays into it and you can get into trouble for them. But because I've got a clean record, I can carry all that shit. Right? This is why the cops don't fucking mess with me. They already know it's pointless because I'm not a violent person. And to be honest with you, this one here, when I did the Jim the Hobo video just a little bit ago, he asked me what all these were for, and I said, well, this one here, this is for like pit bulls. If a pit bull comes after me and it chases me, I cut it in fucking half, basically. And but I was respectful of him. He told me, I asked him, first thing I said to him before I said anything to Jim the Hobo, I said, Jim, can I give you some money? And he turned me down. So Jim the Hobo has pride, and all that stitching he did on his bag and stuff, it made me want to do an interview with him. Okay, but a lot of people that are travelers like that, they're going to say no. Mostly a lot of times because they get hassled a lot, and then other times because they are parolees or they are felons and stuff like that. So I totally respected them. I didn't put them on camera. But I said, if you decide you want to do an interview with me, Jim, I will pay you. And he declined. But off camera, he told me, what he was doing, where he's from. He's from northern, or mid California, Central California, upper mid Central California. I'll just say that. And yeah, he's probably an old, who knows, he may or may not be an old hippie. I asked him if he was in the military. He said no. I said, that doesn't matter. I just wanted to talk to him. He was pretty cool. And, he's very cool, actually. He's kind of quiet. He had some really nice shoes on, comparatively, compared to what he was lugging around stuff. He had some really nice shoes. They weren't the kind that, a basketball player or a gangster would wear or some shit like that either. They were, classy looking shoes. But yeah, he declined my money. I was gonna pay him $20 just to do a little 5-minute interview, because in the future when I get my camera equipment, my house, my camera equipment, on and on and on. It goes on and on. My van, my 4-wheel drive diesel van. When I get everything straight up, I want to be able to provide proper videos to you guys. I don't want... These are new sunglasses because these ones are... and, you don't need to know all this, right? But I just want to make sure you know that when I have a pair of sunglasses and the hinges are starting to get loose, I say goodbye to them, And I didn't want to say goodbye to them right away. I want to give them a proper burial, But yeah, these shades are pretty cool, and they got tough hinges on them. I think they're pretty cool anyway. So yeah, Jim the Hobo. I wanted I want to do videos of people that travel that are don't mind being referred to as a hobo, because that's just a terminology. It doesn't mean you're a jerk. I love the terminology hobo. I like bum as a terminology when I'm referring to a hobo I don't like. Hey, you fucking bum. But a hobo, that's just a terminology. It just means the guy, he's does what he has to do to survive and whatever. But yeah, I showed you this already, but I just I cleaned it off a little. I love this fucking thing, man. Of course, always make sure you have something other than Nike. I mean, the symbol is not Nike, okay? That's not Nike. It's Go. Okay? But anyway, yeah, I have a Nike cooler cap, but I'll never display it again. I understand the whole thing about, brutality and stuff, but it goes both ways, right? Honestly, it goes both ways. Brutality goes both ways. When I was growing up, I'll just be quite honest with you, it was difficult. I was in a segregated school, and there was a lot of hatred towards white people in our school. And the whites were frightened of them all of everyone other than white. Let's just put it that way, okay? They were frightened of them all. There's a few that, stuck their neck out to make their point known. But this is the thing about racism. I'll just come out and say it, okay? Because I really get tired of this shit. All right? There really is no such thing as a particular kind of freaking Caucasian or a particular kind of this or a particular kind of that. Everybody has a little mixed up shit in them, It just so happens it's a little odd that Chinese came out selectively with the eyes they do. It's a little odd that black people came out selectively like the way they did. It's a little odd the way Caucasians came out selectively the way they did. It's a little odd the way Arabs came out. Well, it's not as odd with Arabs because it's kind of known what they did. But, they mixed in, and same with some Italians, they mixed in with. Anyway, so the bottom line is everybody's got a little bit of mix in them and just got to admit it, all right? Even white people may have, who knows, evoluted back to white. But who's to say they had flared nostrils at any one time? There's no telling. Archaeologists aren't going to be able to show that. They can just show the skulls, and the academics are going to claim what they claim. And most of the time, I'm just going to shut the door on their claims because academia, they're a bunch of liars. Okay, they don't want Joe Sixpack to know what the fuck's really going on. In reality, a lot of these so-called giant megalithic structures that were built way back in the time, like the Mayans and stuff, and the blocks that were supposedly somehow with primitive tools, somehow excavated, and carved out quarries to make these giant megalithic blocks and shit. No, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. You're going to have to take another sucker for that shit because I'm not a sucker, right? I know what fucking tools are capable of, and you can't fucking cut blocks perfectly out of places like that. So if you go to YouTube, look up Wise Up. Wise Up. He's pretty intuitive. He knows what the fuck's up. A lot of these these earlier pyramids, not the big ones, but the earlier pyramids, on Wise Up channel, he'll even tell you, he'll just stay straight up. That was a full out building. It just over time fell down and it kind of made a conical shape, and they just threw a bunch of rocks around it to make it look like somebody was trying to build smaller pyramids. So academia lies through their fucking teeth. They don't want you to know that there was a civilization before us, and there was. And that we probably didn't come from this planet, all right? That's simple. We didn't come from this planet. We were all fucking just kind of like farmed, and evolution was by design from somewhere else to make it look like these creatures evoluted. You know what I mean? So that we would come to the conclusion, oh, Darwinism and shit. No. Sorry, dude. Not stupid, okay? I'm not fucking gonna buy that. Too many fucking floods and meteorites came down and shit and disrupted the planet. You cannot get evolution to concisely do that over that long, short period of time. since the last major flood or last major disaster. Sorry, dude. I don't buy it. Academia, they're a bunch of fucking liars.